Hey, how's it going? So today is a new set day on live, which is always very cool, but I think that they made a couple pretty negative changes for some reason when they added in the new ranked rewards and stuff in the battle pass that they do every time a new set comes out. So for ranked, you no longer get any credits when you rank up, and I think some other reward is missing too, but the credits I think are the biggest deal. Not for me, but for newer players and just people that don't have that many credits. I think after you've been playing long enough, credits kind of become irrelevant. You usually have enough, but people that buy like all blinged out stuff and newer players that just want to be able to build different decks and see which one they like, this is a pretty negative change because I think it was giving you like 1,000 credits when you ranked up, which is a good amount. It's enough to buy like a couple EX cards or like a bunch of trainers and stuff. So I'm just gonna show how to get credits real quick. There's two things you can do. This one, I'm not 100% sure if it works anymore. It's by buying the theme decks with the most like high value cards, I guess, in it. I'm looking for the Mew VMAX one right now. The best one, I remember that I always heard that the best one to buy was the this one, the Shadow Rider Calyrex one. I would just buy it to see, but as you can see, I don't have a bunch of the cards. I wanted to find the Mew one. This is the Mew VMAX one. All right, so I'm just gonna buy this to see what you get. Oh, it looks like you get kind of a lower value. Did it not give me the... I'm just gonna click collect all. Oh, so you still get 3,700. That's pretty good. So if you buy the Mew VMAX deck over and over again, it looks like you get 3,700. I believe you get a fair amount more if you buy the Shadow Rider one, but I don't have all those cards. I have all these ones, so I just wanted to show exactly how much you would get. So that is one thing you can do with your crystals to get, you know, to kind of build them up, as well as there was like people before they imported their game over, they traded for all the cards and celebrations. I didn't do that. I wasn't playing the game at the time. I kind of wish I did. But what I have been doing since I've like accumulated enough credits where I don't really care is just buying these packs, this exact one, the 6 packs and 350 credits. And you end up with the like 4 copies of most of the cards pretty quick. That was a terrible example of a pack. Those are 2 of the rarer cards I've found from opening it, but all these cards are hollow rares. So you get 100 for most of the spots, 600 for this, like 250 for that, like the V's. And since it is such a small set, you build up all the cards pretty quickly. That one I don't have. That card is really cool though. I would like to get some of those in real life at some point. But yeah, so you can just start buying these whenever you like build up enough crystals, and eventually you'll, of course I'm getting like some of the rarest cards out of these example packs, but normally it's just like this pack where you get 3 regular hollow rares that are pretty common, and just the end one's worth 125. So I got 3,000 credits for opening that up. It seems like the theme decks might be a better value though. I did get a little unlucky there to pull all these cards that I don't have 4 of, where once you build these up, I think that's when, as you could see, this one was worth 600 credits. So, you know, decide which one you think is better. Maybe just buying the theme decks over and over again is a better value. But that's how I would go about, that is how I go about getting credits. Another thing that I noticed that they changed is this battle pass only has 30 levels. Maybe I'm losing my mind though, and it always only had 30 levels, but I think it had 50 before. I'm pretty sure, because I remember 25 being the midway point. They did put what seems like some better value stuff in here. Like this is a pretty good thing. You get a Monkey Dory and, you know, 2 gold vessels. If you're into gold cards and stuff, that is good. You also get gold energies, which I guess is a good value. I could really care less about them. Maybe if I get enough over time, I'll use them. I'm not sure though. These are the gold energies that I think are the coolest. I just kind of like the Cosmo foil energies of the silver bordered Cosmo foil ones. I think are cool, and they're only 40 credits, so it's like basically free to buy them. The deck they give you, this deck sucks. I don't know who made this or what. I don't know. I don't know who's. I am curious who is in charge of making these decks. Because I do wonder. No, it's definitely not the same people that design the cards, because that's Creatures, 2 totally different companies. But I would like to see how Creatures builds their decks that they test, because if it's anything like this, no wonder they print these cards the way that they do, because like this will never be a competitive deck. And the other deck they give you is just towards EUIC list with the wrong Charmeleon, which that's weird. But this deck is 7 months old. That's not how Charizard's built anymore. Charizard is like so broken though that that's probably just fine. You could beat most decks with that 60, I would imagine. They probably didn't give you the Charmeleon so that you're still excited to get the shiny one. But yeah, I think they removed a lot of the filler from the battle pass. Like every other tier was like stupid clothes for the avatar. The coins are useless. They did remove like a lot of the other filler though. I think they kind of gypped us on 20 levels though, which is interesting. And yeah, not really sure why they made these changes, but they did seem to make them regardless. I don't know. I would like to understand why they make the changes to the game that they do and then don't make the changes that they don't, like making the game more visually appealing for like when you're actually playing, like compared to Hearthstone and Magic. I know this has been like, people have said this a million times, but those games look a million times better, and it makes the game just a little better to play. Whereas like playing online normally in the way that this game is just super lifeless and kind of boring. But yeah, overall, I think a few negative changes, and the positives are you are getting better cards, I think, in the battle pass. This does seem like more than we normally get. I don't know why they like would give us this card. That's super random, but it always is with live. So maybe the amount of tiers that you get are a better value, but they did remove tiers. They did remove what I think is like the only real motivation that I ever thought there was to keep ranking up, was just to get more credits. Like I guess you get the cool sleeves, but it's also like, yeah, the sleeves are cool. They show that you reached Arceus, but it is not a real elo based rank system. It is more of just a ladder, kind of the same as a battle pass. It just measures how many games you play and slightly measures your win rate. But since like you're losing half of what you gain if you go positive and play enough games, you'll eventually make it to Arceus. The way it should be is if you're an Azelf and you beat like a Mew, a Master Ball, like high Master Ball player, you should gain way more points than if you beat someone in your own rank. And you might be saying that doesn't happen, but I don't know. I'll see if it changed, but normally when I play the game, no matter what rank I'm in, even start like when I was in Great Ball, when they changed the rank system, I was still playing people in Master Ball tier and Arceus. So for beating those people, you should get significantly more points. And then for losing to a lower level player, you should lose more points. You lose to a higher level player, you lose less points. And that's kind of like how an elo system would work. And then Arceus would be like the top 750 players. And when you get to Arceus, there would be like a number showing like what rank you are. And that would make it more of an actual traditional rank system, like every other game that I've ever known of, which would make just getting the rank enough motivation to play. like rewards would be nice and it would make the rewards better because it would be harder to get to the rank, but removing the credits I think is bad for people that are just downloading the game and stuff like that. And I think this being the free deck you get out of the battle pass is also bad because you're a new player, you just downloaded the game, this is the deck that you're given. Now you think that this is like a real deck, and I don't know. And I think you should probably be putting like real 60 card decks here. This deck would, maybe it's good, maybe I'll try it. I really don't think it's going to be very good though. You get some useful cards, like this card is pretty good. Monkey Dory's good, Squawk is good. You know, Greninja, Dark Patch. There's no ace spec in this deck. Atticus is bad. I tried to play that before. The card is not good. You might want to, typically you want to use your supporter card before you retreat into the Pokemon you're going to attack with. And then this would like encourage you to use Brute on it to poison your opponent's active Pokemon. Use Atticus, and then you Atticus into your Dark Patches, set up your Okidogi, put in the active. Now you have no way to poison this guy to do the extra damage. Unless you have 2 Brute Bonnets down, which you shouldn't in most situations, especially with only 2 booster capsules. So yeah, I don't know. The deck is just built poorly, and it's like kind of teaching bad things, I think. More, it just should probably be a good deck with Janines and, you know, Pheasantipity and the Petrump. But yeah, either way, the new set's out, which is cool. New cards are cool. It always makes the game more interesting for a little while, which hopefully it like switches things up a little bit. I haven't been like the biggest fan of these past few formats. Let me know what you guys think of these changes, and like it or dislike, and you know, subscribe and stuff. Take care and have a good one, and have fun with the new set.